It was the summer of 2011 when Peter Lindbergh and his team of explorers, part of a Swedish-based group known as Ocean X, set out on what they thought would be a routine treasure hunt in the Baltic Sea. Or at least, that's what Peter Lindbergh and his team had thought when they set out into the cold waters of the Baltic Sea. Their mission? To search for sunken ships and forgotten treasures, relics of a world long past. Armed with sonar and determination, they'd combed through the deep blue in search of ancient riches. Yet what they found that fateful day in 2011 was something far more extraordinary, a discovery that would grip the world in a mystery no one could fully explain. The sonar blipped, its steady pulse sending echoes into the depths. As the data flowed back, a strange formation appeared on the screen. Peter furrowed his brow. It didn't look like any shipwreck or treasure they'd ever heard of. The object on the sonar seemed too perfect, too deliberate. It was large and round, smooth in shape, with edges that were uncomfortably sharp, like the outline of a machine, not a natural rock. The team gathered around the monitor, their excitement slowly turning into disbelief. A rock formation could never look like this. "It's impossible," one of the crew members whispered, his voice low. This isn't natural." Peter felt the weight of the moment settle in. What were they looking at? With no answers, only questions, the team decided to investigate further. But the uncertainty in the air was palpable. Were they really about to dive into the unknown? Were they prepared to face whatever this thing was? No one could be sure, but curiosity won out. I'm Minnie, and welcome to my cozy corner of curiosity.
So, welcome to Mysteries with Minnie. Let's dive in.
As the dive team descended into the dark, cold waters, their world turned to shadows. The Baltic Sea, notoriously cold and murky, offered them only a faint glimmer of what lay below. But then, there it was. Out of the gloom, the shape began to take form. It was enormous, easily the size of a small building, and its geometric, almost mechanical structure loomed against the seabed. The smooth surface seemed to shimmer in the faint light, an unsettling feature in the wild, untamed sea. They circled it slowly, their breath quickening, their minds racing. This wasn't a shipwreck. It wasn't just another piece of forgotten history. This was something different, something alive. But how could that be? This was an inanimate object, after all. Or was it? "Can you feel it?" one of the divers muttered through their comms. "There's something strange about this place, like it's been waiting for us." It was a sensation that would stay with them throughout their investigation. That eerie, unsettling feeling that they had stumbled upon something that was never meant to be found. As they carefully mapped out the anomaly with sonar, the details became even stranger. Smooth surfaces, angular edges, sharp, unnatural lines. The mystery deepened. Peter couldn't shake the feeling that they were uncovering something far older, something far more advanced than anything humanity had ever known. This wasn't just a shipwreck or a forgotten ruin. The anomaly felt otherworldly. Theories began to flood in. Perhaps it was the remains of a lost civilization, an ancient culture whose technological prowess was unmatched by anything we knew. Some believed it was a UFO, a piece of alien technology, crashed and abandoned deep under the sea. The media exploded with speculation, and every expert in the world seemed to have a different theory. Peter, torn between excitement and dread, couldn't help but entertain the idea. Could it really be a spacecraft? Or was it something even stranger, an artifact from a time long before recorded history? The team returned to the site again and again, each dive uncovering more puzzling details. Their sonar readings showed anomalies within the structure, strange metallic signals that couldn't be easily explained. What was this thing made of? Was it even from this Earth? There was no precedent for anything like it. Every time they thought they understood, the anomaly threw them a curveball, leading them to more questions than answers. But as the search intensified, so did the controversies. Some scientists dismissed it as nothing more than a natural rock formation, the result of centuries of underwater erosion. Others called it a hoax, a marketing stunt to sell tickets or attract attention. But Peter couldn't shake the feeling that they were on the verge of uncovering something monumental, something that would change everything they knew about history, civilization, and the world itself. One day, in a particularly quiet moment, Peter stood on the deck of their research vessel, staring out over the dark expanse of the Baltic Sea. He could feel the weight of the unknown pressing down on him. Were they uncovering a relic from a forgotten time? Or had they stumbled into something far more significant, something far more dangerous? Despite the doubts, the world had already begun to take notice. The anomaly became a global sensation, drawing attention from every corner of the Earth. Experts came from all over the globe, archaeologists, scientists, even military personnel, each trying to put their own spin on the mystery. Some believed it was part of a lost city, an undiscovered technological marvel from an ancient civilization. Others held firm to the belief that it was a UFO, an alien ship, crash-landed and lost to time. Peter and his team continued their exploration, despite growing pressure and the strain of constant media scrutiny. They returned to the anomaly time and again, each dive revealing a little more, yet always leaving them with more questions. Each new piece of equipment they brought seemed to bring them closer to the truth, but also farther from it. The truth seemed to slip through their fingers, just out of reach. One evening, after yet another dive, one of the divers surfaced with a strange piece of metal in his hand. It was unlike anything they had ever seen before. Smooth and cool to the touch, it shimmered with an odd, otherworldly sheen. The team quickly took it to their lab, only to find that its composition didn't match anything they knew. The metal didn't come from any known source, at least not any source on Earth. Peter stared at the fragment, his mind racing. Could it be? Could they really be dealing with something from another world? A piece of technology so advanced that it had been lost to the depths of time? Or was it a man-made object, designed by a civilization far older than we ever imagined? The possibilities were endless, and the more they uncovered, the more they realized how little they actually understood. As the days passed, their mission began to feel less like an exploration and more like an obsession. Each discovery, while exciting, only deepened the mystery. The tension among the team grew. Were they on the verge of something groundbreaking, or were they chasing shadows? The once solid conviction that they were close to unraveling a great mystery began to waver. Then, during their final dive, something strange happened. Their equipment malfunctioned. Sonar readings grew erratic. Their communication system crackled and died, and the very water around them seemed to change. It was as if the anomaly was pushing back, forcing them away. The deep, dark waters seemed to close in, and the air felt thick with the weight of something unspeakable. But just as they were about to call it quits, they discovered something they hadn't expected. A hidden chamber tucked beneath the anomaly was revealed to them. Inside, strange symbols were carved into the stone, a form of writing, or perhaps a map, that none of them could decipher. The metal fragment they had found earlier was now understood as part of a larger puzzle, a clue to something bigger. But as they left the waters that day, the questions remained. What was the anomaly? Who or what had created it? Was it an ancient relic or something from the stars? The Baltic Sea anomaly, for all its eerie allure, remained just that, a mystery. Despite the hours of exploration, the countless dives, and the exhaustive research, the object's true nature was still unknown. Some believed it was a technological marvel lost to time. Others saw it as proof of extraterrestrial visitors. But one thing was certain: the anomaly had forever altered their view of the world. Peter and his team had set out to find treasure, but what they discovered was a reminder that some things, no matter how much we want to uncover them, are destined to remain buried, hidden beneath the waves, waiting for the day when the truth might finally rise to the surface. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. There are so many mysteries out there, some just waiting for answers, and others simply waiting to be shared. I'll be right here, following the clues. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, share with a fellow mystery lover, and subscribe so we can keep exploring the unknown together. Until next time, stay curious.